you and Zittel were out there in New York?
Yes, we were.
How was it, big dog?
Beautiful, man.
It was,
beautiful. End of my weekend ended rough, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I got a little choked up during some of the speeches.
I thought you cried based on your tweet.
Did you?
He said
I thought
he
he
cried a bunch.
No, I didn't.
I thought he did.
No, but it was a few. Look, I saw the true spirit of what makes fighters when they spoke, and reminded me of why I fell in love with the sport so much when each one of these great champions went up there. Marquez was quick. This is for the Mexican fans. I knocked out Pacquiao. James.
That's disrespectful.
But James Toney told me afterwards, hey, I was hungry by the time they got to me, so my speech was quick because I wanted to eat.
Shout out to
James Toney, my kind of guy.
We talked. We walked and talked for a little bit. He's speaking really good English.
Oh yeah.
Says that he's taking English classes, and then I was like, yeah, I know a little Spanish. We talked for a little bit, and
this is Juan Manuel Marquez.
Yeah.
I wanted to see you guys fight back in the day.
I already knew that, but it's always good to get that confirmation.
Right before he retired, I was kind of like, I wanted to see him fight Shawn.
Yeah.
Was that a fight you thought might happen?
No. I
don't know why.
It
didn't for me either.
I remember one time they were talking about what guys were up there that I could fight. When that name was mentioned, I didn't say nothing, but I was like,
according to a big dog over at PBC, Porter
counter punches are serious.
Porter was offered to fight and inducted.
No, that was Josecito Lopez.
Everybody, all of our Porterweight podcast followers knows I don't duck nothing.
That's right.
I just like it.
But like Ann Wolf the night before, she said this speech the night before at the banquet when she said, I was basically homeless. I had children. I had nothing. And I listened out for the words of God, and I heard the word fight. And she did that, and she's a part of the first class of women to get in the Hall of Fame. Beautiful speech. Bernard, what he said to his son, beautiful. Floyd Mayweather, I loved the speech. Maybe some people didn't because whatever. But it reminded me of Michael Jordan's speech where, Michael's going up there, and maybe some people want to hear the heartfelt stuff, and Floyd included that. But he went up there and said, I'm the greatest basketball player of all time. And I busted his ass and his ass. If I was still playing, I'd bust his ass. And so Floyd goes up there and says, there's no fighter better than me now. There's no fighter better than me in the past. There's no fighter better than me in the future. And that was Floyd being Floyd. And that's a peek into what his mind.
That was verbatim, though. I mean, that wasn't verbatim.
Basically.
But he didn't say those words exactly.
He did. No, he did.
Hey, I
missed it.
Sean was sleeping.
Hey, Carson. I don't think Carson probably heard it much, too, but I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
If he said it.
Yeah. And Andre Ward, beautiful speech. It was touching stuff, man. It's what the sport was all about.
Yeah.
Just amazing, special fighters and people.
One thing I heard, and sorry to cut you off. One thing I heard, my guy Rich Diggs pointed out, and this stat didn't even. I was like, no way. Andre Ward not only obviously goes undefeated, hasn't lost since he was 12. I think was the number. He never lost on a card as a professional. Not one single card.
I thought he got dropped in a round.
No, I'm talking about in a card.
Yeah.
So every decision he won, unanimous. No judge ever had him losing.
Okay, got you. I was like, think about that.
Floyd lost one time.
No, he lost. Floyd had to have lost on other cards, didn't he? He
I got Canelo card.
Yeah, the Canelo one was a draw. Oscar De La Hoya was a split.
Yes, what decision? Yeah, so Floyd, I'm just saying that, and even to your point, Floyd being the great, I was like, holy shit, that's impressive.
But I thought you meant didn't lose a round. That was crazy.
No, shout out to Dre. Y'all already know how big a fan I am of Dre.
Documentary coming soon on Showtime.
He's got a doc that he's it's not done yet, but it's moving and it's gonna go to Showtime. And he says he's working on the book. Y'all be ready for that book. He wasn't exaggerating. It's gonna be a long book. It's gonna be lengthy. He said I'm gonna get into some things that people would have never known or even imagined in their wildest dreams about me. So definitely want to shout out Andre Ward. I just go all the way back to the beginning of the week. I was saying you guys got to come out here. You got to experience this. Canastota, New York is a random city in almost nowhere. 35 minutes from Syracuse.
I'm in.
It's so hard. It's because I spoke to Ellie today. Secback. Shout out to ES News.
Yeah.
And Ellie was like, yo, tell me, man, what'd you think? And I was like, well, Ellie, you tell me. He said, man, I had mixed emotions. I was like, yeah, man, me too. He said it felt like a Hall of
whatever anyone said.
It felt like a Hall of Fame weekend because we had the same thought.
Okay.
It felt like a Hall of Fame weekend, but it didn't feel big enough. It didn't feel like all.
I agree.
This is a boxing Hall of Fame.
No, I agree.
Should feel like basketball's All-Star Weekend.
It should have got the love Tank got.
It should have got the love that Tank got. We got to figure this out because those people should be in the room when these fighters go into the Hall of Fame.
Is it location maybe?
I got a feeling it's
in
location.
Small upstate New York, and it's a humble, setup, and it's nice. It's beautiful weather, but
No knock on them. Don't want to move it.
in comparison
Nothing.
to the Football Hall of Fame or the
Saying,
NBA Hall of
yeah.
Fame,
but
it's small.
we both grew up in Northeast Ohio.
And I was gonna say the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
it gets decent, but it's not
Yeah.
like even
I've never been to the NFL Hall of Fame.
yeah,
in
it's in
Canton.
Canton, Ohio,
But-
it's not like a huge thing.
It's
But
not?
the induction ceremony is.
Yeah, but also the NFL
And
is
it's,
the
and it's
biggest
football. Yeah,
sport
and it's football.
in the
Yeah, it's
country.
football. Yeah. I was like, man, something was missing.
Why don't Porter Wade do something?
No, what I
about
wanted.
We working on that. Big
I
dog.
wanted,
We working on that.
As a fan, I wanted more interactions amongst
Yeah,
them. And,
yeah.
and maybe I was even thinking when we were at the banquet, I'm like, maybe this should be a roast dinner.
Yeah.
That
You
would
know,
be fun.
Yeah.
wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Doesn't that sound odd? Maybe have someone like, I don't know, a Mike
Adrian
Epps
Browner.
hosted or Pierre.
Yeah.
Pierre could host it.
Yeah.
And each guy go up there, keep it in good fun.
Yeah.
So that these champs don't
Not
get
getting
out of
ass.
retirement and start fighting each other again.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that, and I want to just, if there's any way they could set these guys up for more interactions.
Yeah.
And sometimes they did. You sat between Layla and Ann Wolf, and,
Yeah.
and the interaction was what it was. But
Yeah.
as a fan, I'm yearning for those moments of Roy and James.
Yeah.
You can still do it right. I'm just kidding, But I would like to see that, and maybe a roast ceremony,
Yeah.
or something like that. I don't
I
know.
think
Did
that
Roy go up to him and hit him with the?
Kind of like
With
a
the
thing.
Gamecock move?
Put them two in the ring and kind of talk about how the fight would go if we.
Yeah. But,
They fought though.
I'm just saying. But just let them keep.
or
going.
you're
no,
talking
go
about
down memory
anyone.
lane.
Talk shit. Yeah,
I
talk
thought you were
shit.
talking
Because
about
they
Tony and
both.
Roy. I was like, no, they actually.
You know
fought.
they
It
gonna
happened.
go. They gonna go
Oh, for sure.
They uncles.
because they do that. They have the boxing talk when they have fighters come up, talk about their careers and all those types of things. It's another great idea. I love the roast idea.
Smartest guy I know.
But then the other idea of having both those men in actual boxing ring talking about what they were thinking about in certain points of the fight.
Yes.
Remember, I was talking to Terrence and we got a little bit into, and now I was talking to Arrow. We
Yeah.
talked a little bit about
People love
certain
that.
moments. Keith Thurman.
People love that.
yeah,
Some
yeah.
of the most popular episodes you've done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, make Floyd and Cotto talk to each other for a second. Get them to talk about what it was like, what they remember about each other.
I dominated the fight, but he's a hell of a fighter.
But you'll also need willing and
Yeah.
not able participants, but some fighters are a little bit dry, to be honest. Not every fighter is charismatic. Not every fighter is
Right.
that competitive now that they're going to be like, no, if we fought, I would have done this. Some of them are going to be like,
But
yeah,
there's a lot that will.
of course, absolutely. And a lot of those guys this weekend,
Yeah.
I feel like we would have fought some
I
more,
think
but
Hearns told me he'll whoop your ass, right? Told you you'll
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Tommy Hearns told you that?
Yeah.
Right
He
here.
tells it.
Right here.
Yeah, right here too. Yeah, told me twice, and I believed him twice. But no, everybody, when you fast forward to what did happen, I thought that overall the night was much shorter than I expected it to be. We had Bernard Hopkins going in, we had Roy Jones going in, we had Mayweather going in. I think that on the stage, those were the two probably lengthiest speakers that we know in boxing, and I thought, Mayweather was definitely much shorter than I expected him to be. I thought he would go probably twice what he did. So I was happy that he didn't. And I thought everybody did a very good job of kind of just accepting the award and in the moment. Dre, we were talking night before, we were talking Saturday, and he's like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna say. He says, I got to write something down. I haven't been able to figure it out. And, so he was kind of pulling on me, was pulling on Ann Wolf. He was pulling on Roy Jones. He was pulling on everybody to kind of
did he use any of your lines?
knew. I didn't tell him. I said,
If I would have heard adversity makes champions in that speech,
only thing I said, Dre, man, I've done this plenty of times, and I wake up morning of and something comes to me.
Yeah.
Eventually something's gonna come to you, and he went up and he did a fantastic job. Roy, we're waiting on Roy right now. I'm trying my best to remain professional and not call him,
50-50.
but we waiting on Roy right now. So hopefully he get
60-40,
on
get
here.
your ass whooped. 60-40, I kick your ass.
Roy told him-
I was happy
I
Tarver.
had to-
I was happy Tarver was there.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah.
I was too. He says before and after. I'm a fan of this sport. So.
There's just nothing better than.
Don't say it. Don't say it. He about to come on.
Oh, that's fine.
No, he's not coming on.
All right, cool.
Or
we know how that went last time. He gonna be like, who the hell said that?
who?
Antonio Tarver.
Oh,
Hey.
And I love Y'all Must Have Forgot, but I do love Can't Be Touched and Mr. Unstoppable better. I wish we could have got a 3-song concert out of Roy, but it's cool.
Big Bodies, also another great song by Roy.
Bodyhead.
Yeah, Bodyhead bangers.
Roy didn't pick up the phone.
Fair enough.
Call John.
So
He'll
Dre,
talk about him.
Dre walked. Dre said he asked Roy, what Roy had prepared, and Roy said, "I'm gonna just go off the cuff, and I'm a freestyle."
Kicking the freestyle, okay.
Hey, play the acceptance speech. This is the end of Roy's acceptance
Courtesy
speech.
of ES News.
Yeah, he said, courtesy of ES News. Thank you, Ellie, for getting this to us. He said, I came in here
Reporting.
y'all, and I'm going out entertaining y'all.
He turned pro in 1989 and would win titles in
You got
4 weight
tried for it, like
divisions,
350.
from middleweight to heavyweight. He
750.
defeated Brenagh Hopkins for the IBF.
About to leave this
Told y'all he
thing.
was slipping today.
Entertaining
And then I put that in the text. I did put that
So I gotta leave my mark. Got a hot like tape that's unreal. With the great
Take this to anybody's today.
Let's break it
Anybody.
down. Go to the set. Especially never find another fighter that's next. 4 different divisions. Top that. Super Hall of Famer, and I just got that. So y'all must have forgot, so I'ma go hard. Scale the dog, don't step to the yard. Getting in the game is the only way to ball. Can't rise up if you're worried about the fall. Climb to the back. Climb on the tag. Make no mistake, kind of punch on react. Straight from the south to the bottom of the left. Body head bangers every time I'm on the track. I'm gonna back with my hands ain't popping. Hit after hit and it wasn't no stopping. Some people hate it, some people doubt it. That doesn't matter, it is worth still a topic. Yeah, still got it. No need to explain. Thought I fell off, but I'm back in the game. 7 years later and I still ain't changed. Roy Jones Jr. Remember that name? Y'all must have forgot.
I think you have to kick over the podium.
You know how he said Roy Jones Jr. Remember that name? He should have said Roy right after that. Roy Jones Jr. Hall of Fame. Y'all must forget. He should. That's all.
Don't finish his bars. Don't step on his bars
come
like
on.
that.
He amazing. He did
Come
amazing.
on, man.
All
White
right.
man always trying to change
No,
black
no,
man
no, no.
bars.
All right.
Eminem.
No, you're good. You're right. I take it back.
Did Eminem do that?
With some
I loved it.
With some athletes, not even just fighters, but with some, you're like, all right, what you got for us? You know,
That's crazy.
like
Kick the
with
ball.
Floyd, it was, what you got for us. Bernard he's a human
I think
wisdom.
if
Like
you
that's-
say hello to Bernard Hopkins,
Yeah.
buckle up for a 45-minute conversation. No, it's good because a lot of it. I mean, Sean interviewed with him, and it's just a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience.
That's all
he's gone through.
That's all he is. What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ant. Follow me on IG with 2 T's. Let's do it. Let's do it again. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do. I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.